Uh, Hi everyone. I am Ritvik. I have graduated from IIT Madras this year. I did my graduation in computer science BTech. Joined in 2016, and Anfas and all of these folks are very close friends of mine. So I'm supporting this program. Very happy to be here. Happy to see a lot of folks also. So I think the brief idea of this whole this whole event is that I give you an introduction to computer science and what all things are happening, what you would be expecting from a course when you enroll in a computer science course, and yeah, how it is different from how you have perceived a computer science from a pre college or a 12th class point of view. So to give you a summary, so computer science is basically as done in IITs is put into like three buckets, you could say, where one is intelligent systems and human interaction. So this is where all the buzzwords AI, ML, RLDL, NLP, pattern, machine, image, everything comes. And then there is systems engineering. This is where we talk about architectures, VLSI designs, compilers, distributed systems, operating systems, object oriented systems, high performance machines, all that, and networks. And also, there is a branch of theoretical computer science where it's purely theoretical and it's very math intensive, a very rigorous field. You could say very abstract field where things are very concrete and very math oriented. It's not very programming oriented. So, so these are the three things we mainly deal in computer science. So here, what I would suggest is that whenever someone from 12th looks at computer science, so mainly they focus on programming is what I have understood from talking to my peers is that the main agenda or the main thing they had in their head was that yeah, computer science is all about programming, and then we'll come and we just write a lot of programs and stuff. So really, that's not the way how IITs deal computer science. So programming is a part of things, and really, there's not much programming will be taught to you per se. It's mostly a skill you will pick up eventually due to external things like you have some assignments going on and then they just tell you to do something they never teach you. Was that a question? Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead. Okay, so I would say, so yeah, I can tell you some things like how the course is structured or how the journey goes about. So in the first year, most courses are common except for there are some few foundation things happening. Like you have an introduction. Okay, someone's saying it's not audible. Is it audible now?
Ritik, it was not audible for a brief period of around 30 seconds or something.
Okay, that's all. Should I repeat anything? Okay, then I'll go ahead. Okay, so if there is any network related issues, someone can just shout out and then I can probably move closer to the router. Okay. Okay, so here the journey of a computer science student in any IIT course would be very similar. Where in the first year you will be just having very few courses computer science specific, where you will be having foundation courses.
Hello, Rajivan. Rajivan, sorry to interrupt. We just got the link and we have just joined. How long this has been going on now?
Oh, we started at 10:30.
Okay, 10:30. What is the time? Yeah, okay. I think we lost about 9 minutes. So, what was the initial introduction or whatever? Can you just give a crisp reintroduction, please, if possible?
Sorry to interrupt. So we started at 10:30, hoping that people will be joining at 10:30. So I don't think we can reiterate what happened since 10:30. So it was a brief introduction of how things happened in a computer science course at IITs. Maybe you can look at IITM website or any IIT's website for what's happening. I think I can go ahead.
Just a second. Do not worry, sir. We'll be recording the entire session so that we will share with the link of the entire session after everything is done. So, Ritik, you can continue now.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Anfas.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was telling about how the journey of a computer science student happens in a first year. So here you pick up courses, only very few courses. So one course will be related to programming, where you can, even if you have not done, even if you do not have any kind of computer science background in school, you can pick off right from there. They give you enough pointers on things and enough background on programming background. So I would say that this is the only concrete programming course we do that is only oriented on programming. The rest of the courses are mostly theoretic, and the focus is something else. So this is the only programming oriented course where you are expected to know. You are taught programming. Other courses we just expect you to know programming. So that's how computer science stuff works. So if you have to catch up on programming, first year is your time. And yeah, so that's what happens. And then later on in your courses, you will be dive deeper into any of the three buckets of research areas which I had mentioned earlier. So as you all know, intelligent systems are very hot in the market, and most people are after it. So from a BTech perspective, I would suggest is that you can explore most courses, every aspect, and then just not go after the buzzwords and eventually find that something else was also great. So that is one hint. You can try systems engineering also. You can try theoretical computer science also. Just not you don't have to go after machine learning only. So that was it regarding the courses, and regarding this quality of things you do at IITs, I think it's a very good standard we keep, even for assignments and deadlines. I can speak on behalf of computer science department, where deadlines are followed very strictly, and even the content of the assignments you submit is of importance. Like you can't copy paste things online, and there are ways to figure that out as well. So we can safely say that the quality of work and dedication is fairly high here. And in terms of so if we look at in terms of placements, actually I can't give much of an overview here because I was not part of the placements. I had taken a pre-placement offer. So maybe someone else in the following webinars may be able to help you out on the placement procedures and how the things work. So only in terms of computer science things, if there are any other queries, we can take it up. I think the time allotted was till 10:45.
So, Ritik, one of my questions was, you talked about how certain courses target students to build their foundation in programming, but other courses expect them to have knowledge. So, do you think that the college environment is supportive enough for a student to learn all the programming and other stuff on his own, like other than the class time?
Sure. So the thing is, I'll tell you, there will be few people who are like super good at programming, and there will be a lot of people who don't have much of a clue, who would have just done a very basic course in their school days. So these people will be picking up too. So the courses, the introductory courses will be accommodating these folks too. I'd say that it's not that the introductory courses will start off with the very high funded stuff. We will the instructors will take care of this also. What I was saying is that in the later courses, in your maybe second year, third year courses, they don't teach you programming. So the goal will be just you will be given a program statement and you can implement it. So and IITM in courses in your third year, fourth year, you are given a lot of freedom in your programming language. As in, you can write in whatever way you want as long as it works. So that's how in your later years of your BTech how it happens. So that might give you a hint of why they don't teach you any specific language. So we just we pick up skills for a general umbrella of things. It's not very language specific. That was what I intended. That we don't teach C++, we don't teach Java as a course. It's part of a course where you're learning something else.
Okay.
One doubt.
That answer my question.
One doubt. Like I heard, after the first year, you can slide between branches. Like, how hard is it to slide into CS if you're not in CS?
Okay, so the branch change procedures happen. The criteria is only CGPA, and the number of people who can come into a branch will be will not exceed 10% of the initial branch seat capacity. So let's say we have 50 people in CS, and not more than 5 can come into CS in the entire batch. So it's a pretty tough call. Okay, I'm not sure if branch change is still there. Nagapan has mentioned in the chat.
Okay.
Hello.
So another thing I'd like to add to Ritik's answer is that this year, because of the COVID situation and the semesters being pieced together, there might be a problem with branch changes for certain institutes. For example, IIT Madras is considering there won't be a branch change. I've heard that it's been confirmed, but an official statement is yet to come out. So in other institutes as well, branch change might be restricted this year, just to keep in mind.
Somewhat there. For the branch change procedure, you should secure high CGPA and also a good grade. That is, S grade is the topest grade in maths and physics. That should be predicted to your results. That's a mandatory necessary condition for it.
So another question I have for Ritik is there's a structure where a student is expected to go for an intern and then a placement. So what kind of a job is an average computer student expected to do in either the intern or the placements?
Okay, yeah. Here, the kind of jobs you land up in. Okay, so you can just look at any of the services you use online. Okay, so let's say you have Netflix, and then a lot of things happen in the background, even though you just see only few movie listings, and then you just click on it. It just magically happens to show you the movies you like, right? So this kind of things, or even so this kind of systems which are happening behind the client. Okay, so this kind of stuff would be a computer science student working on. Or maybe you can have a search. Let's say, so when I was at Flipkart, I was with a query understanding team, which in simple words is search. So there, the kind of work was, the main goal was just to, even if a user types anything, even if he's typing some Hindi word in English, we try to understand that. So we are looking at that kind of sophistication in the machines, where it is close to a human listening to you. So the whole idea is build systems which are easy for the user to use, And currently I'm with a team called Growth Hack, where this team is building features which intended for higher revenue. So we build experiments which make revenue.
So last two more frequently asked questions. I have no previous coding background or experience. Do you recommend me taking this branch?
Yeah, that's what I said. In the first year, you have these courses of the introductory courses where you are taught programming, and also in the initial part of the session, I emphasized that computer science is not really about programming. You can pick it up on the fly, and it's really not the major chunk of computer science. It's the theoretical stuff that's really put more emphasis. So yeah, programming is something you can just learn, not really something, and that's not really something we teach at IIT Computer Science also. I mean, we do teach. I mean, that's what my intent was. That it's not it's not a very huge chunk of your course.
Okay, next question. My interest lies in coding, but I do not have the required rank in JEE Advanced for getting in any of the top IITs. Should I instead opt for an NIT or take another branch in IIT and practice coding by myself?
Okay, so this is a very, I can only give a very philosophical answer for this. So here you have decided that your interest lies in coding before you even hit college. Okay, you can really think on that, why you did and what was your expectation, why you ended up thinking this way. And also you have to have a very solid reasoning for this. And once you have decided, yeah, this is the only thing I want to do, this is my passion, I will just I can keep doing this for the rest of my life, then you have options. So let's say even the branch you end up in would not hinder you in picking up elective courses later on in your in your in your course, in your program. So I can say that there will be some. What I would say is that if you are in CS, you by default get into these courses which are very computer science oriented. And if you are inclined to computer science and you are not in computer science branch, then you would have to put in extra effort to take up the prerequisite, take up the basic foundation courses, and then follow up from there for the higher elective courses which require the foundation courses. So it is totally doable. You can totally be on par with any computer science graduate from a BTech perspective if you put in extra effort of taking up the courses, taking up other courses. And yeah, so I would say branch would not really hinder you in taking up courses. So you can actually get the knowledge, same knowledge as you have on a computer science student.
Great answer, Ritvik. Thank you very much for coming here and speaking to all of us and giving insights on computer science branch.
Also,
So we would like
guys,
to thank
yeah.
we would like to thank all of you for attending today's webinar. We will be conducting subsequent webinars for all the other branches, and all the links, respective links, will be posted in the WhatsApp groups. If there is any doubts, you guys can ask directly in the group, or you can PM the admins if it's important. Yeah, and first, what were you saying? Go ahead.
Yeah, right. So we'll float a form in the WhatsApp group to ask you guys about feedback and also specific to take in specific questions. Now, we also want to tell you that as I have already mentioned, we find our prime funding through various JEE related services. So as part of that, just after all the webinars are conducted, we'll be having a counseling program in which each of the students will be allotted a one-to-one mentor who will help you in deciding a particular branch that you can from various colleges based on your taste and other means. So we are charging a very small fee for that because we're getting a lot of responses, which also means that the number of seats will be limited. As in, we need to give each of you one vendor, which will obviously need a lot of IITs. So please bear with us. The amount is so small. You can register in our website, census.in. In census.in, there will be a tab called non-resident counseling where you can see two options. One is for NIT level program where you will be getting insight into all the branches and stuff regarding NITs and lower colleges. The other program will be for IIT and NIT where we will help you guys decide a branch among the top colleges of either. We have, for this, what we have done is we have one student in each college, in each branch to help us give information about that branch. So we hope to give you the best information so that you can make a very informed decision. The main reason why we are conducting such a program is that we personally have seen a lot of people who end up at the wrong branch. Because JEE rank is not something that is going to define you or your career or your stage. It's just one criteria. So we hope that you will take a very informed decision to make sure that your career is on the right path. We'll definitely take in a lot more questions after this offline, and we'll get back to you.